For Montgomery College sports teams headed to the Nationals this season, Michael Brown has more in sports.
Thanks, Beth. It was a banner season for a bunch of Montgomery College teams this semester. Championships and trips to national tournaments were springing up all over. First up, the Germantown Griffins baseball team polished off a stellar season with their third straight trip to the Junior College World Series. Head coach Dan Rasher's team was one of the youngest Germantown has ever had, with only 5 returning sophomores. But good pitching, timely hitting, and defense belied the youth of this team. And then there were the intangibles.
We've come back a lot. Okay, these guys don't quit.
Nor did the fact that they are the Region 20 team to beat slow them down.
We're always the ranked team, and we're always people are always gunning for us, and they always want to beat us. I mean, but actually it makes you want to play better because you have a reputation to live up to, and you want to play your best always.
And live up to it they did, roaring to a 35-13 record, another Region 20 championship, their 7th in the last 10 years, and a 3rd straight trip to the World Series. And while they didn't win the series, look out for this team next season, because this year's very young team sure grew up fast. And moving on to the links, the men's golf team is heading back to the Nationals again this year after upsetting the field to win their 2nd straight Region 20 championship. The return trip to the Nationals is a bit of a surprise because just 2 players, Paul Apolinas and Joey Shapiro, returned from last year's team, which finished 3rd in the nation. But head coach Bobby Ashton found a new ace in freshman Sebastian Sarmiento, and he and Apolinas and Shapiro led the Knights to a strong regular season. Sarmiento finished 1st in Maryland JUCO in individual average, and Shapiro and Apolinas were right behind him. Sarmiento also finished 1st in birdie average, and he and Shapiro came in 1-2 in par average during the regular season. So considering those stats, maybe it's no surprise they rolled to their 2nd straight Region 20 championship, where Sebastian Sarmiento placed 2nd overall in the tournament with a 2-day score of 156 and made the all-tournament team. The win sends them back to the Nationals in upstate New York later this summer. And now to the hard courts, where yet another team headed off to the Nationals. The men's and women's tennis program under head coach Bob Finney has been a consistent winner, and this year it was the men's turn to advance to the Nationals. Finney's women's tennis team has won 2 national championships in the past 5 years, but over the same period his men's team has struggled. But this year, Finney put together one of his strongest teams ever, dominating the regular season and finishing undefeated. Then they aced the Region 20 tournament to qualify for the national championships, where they took it down to the very last day.
We finished 1 point ahead of DuPage, 5 points, I believe, behind Onondaga, which was a national champion. So we did finish in 2nd. I was very happy with that. So I was quite pleased. I think the guys were real happy finishing 2nd. It wasn't 1st, but it was a good effort, and the guys really showed some heart in some of those last matches.
Those last matches resulted in Fareed Vatan winning the number 6 singles national title. The number 3 doubles team of Neil Schenk and Tim Costales won their flight and the national title, and the number 1 doubles team of Ross Armstrong of Vatan finished 2nd in their flight. And turning to track, head coach Shannon Moxley has patiently rebuilt the program since her arrival 3 years ago. And this year, all that hard work produced some outstanding results as 3 of her athletes qualified for the Nationals. But for these athletes to get there, they had to better the required qualifying times.
They more than smashed the qualifying times to succeed to the Nationals.
Then on to the Nationals, where under that bright light, the results were impressive. Yves Didier finished 3rd in the country in the 100 meters with a sparkling time of 11.01.
I didn't think that I ran that fast, actually, until I saw my time. It's a great feeling, you know, just, I don't know how to describe it.
He also received All-Star Honorable Mention honors and placed 5th in the 200 meters. In addition, Yasmin Akrami placed 11th in the 3,000-meter steeplechase with a personal best time of 15.03. And Kelson Logan ran a 4:24 1,500 meters. And finally, while softball, lacrosse, and the Rockville campus baseball team may not have made the Nationals, there were bright spots to build on for next year nonetheless. For the women's softball team, theirs was a 2nd-place finish in the Region 20 tournament under first-year head coach Darrell Toney. The team improved steadily as the year went along and came up just short in the season-ending tournament. For the lacrosse team, playing one of the toughest and most competitive schedules in Maryland JUCO, their moment in the sun came when Charlie Robinson was named honorable mention All-Maryland JUCO. And for the Rockville baseball team, season-long excellence by two freshmen, Kyle Arrett and Greg Laser, bodes well for next year's chances. That's it for MC Today Sports. Back to you, Beth.
Thanks, Michael. And finally, we have MC3, a segment that gives students an opportunity to share what they like best at Montgomery College in just 3 words.
Filled with opportunities.
Interesting, fun, and stressing sometimes.
Fun, chill, and for time hard.
It is hard.
Yeah, it's cool, empowering. It's sort of easy sometimes.
Yeah. It's adventurous, fun, and time-consuming.
It's been hard. It's more affordable.
Fun, stressful, and hard work. It costs money.
Easily accessible help.
New, exciting, and refreshing.
For this edition of Montgomery College Today, I'm Elizabeth Homan. Thanks for watching, and we leave you now with the sounds of the Montgomery College Jazz Tent.